Hey, what's going on, everyone? I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to do this video for the last few days, and I'm finally taking some time out to do this. So I want to talk about the psychology of people and some key elements that I just want to speak on specifically and why they do the things that they do. And if you see me look down occasionally, it's because I have my notes in front of me. I really want to touch on these certain points and I don't want to miss anything out. But, if you are an individual who is wondering why people are running hot and cold on you, um, these things, maybe one, maybe many, could give you the peace of mind or the clarity that you're looking for. And a lot of it has to do, the running theme is insecurity, jealousy, envy. Um, when people run like, Jekyll and Hyde on you, there's something to that. It's not coming out of nowhere. It's not, oh, I woke up today and I don't feel like being your friend anymore. Um, a lot of this is pretending. And so let's jump into it because I want to talk about, social media specifically when we post what we post, especially if you're someone who's running their own business, and branding is very important. Marketing is very important. Promoting is very important. And, it, when it comes to social media, sometimes I feel like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Damned if you do because you promote, and you ask people to share or like or, comment, and no one does it, or very few people do it. Especially when you're looking from your own community to support you, no one will do it. But they will watch everything that you post. They will watch your stories. They will watch your reels. They'll see that you're promoting stuff and they will never, ever share it. And sometimes I feel like, if not sometimes, most times, I feel the reason people react that way is because it's a constant reminder of what they're not doing, right? So it doesn't mean that just because you're an entrepreneur, it means now all your friends and family should be an entrepreneur. No. What I'm talking about is a constant reminder that you're going after your dreams, you're pursuing your dreams, you're working hard, you're putting in those hours, you're putting in that discipline. Most people don't have that, or they choose not to develop it because they have this idea that everything is supposed to happen instantaneously. If I think it, it should happen. But there's some work that needs to be done, and most people are not willing to do that work. And so when they see you putting in those hours, getting a little bit of progress, or your audience is starting to grow a little bit, the more they won't press that like button because for them it's an indication of that, I should be riding with this is my person. But now when the whole entire world outside of our environment is acknowledging them, the more they feel like, forgive me for saying this, but they feel like stupid for not supporting you in the first place. So sometimes people feel like if they support you, it's taking something away from them. And I always use this phraseology that I've heard, in recent months, where it's like, my blessings doesn't come at the expense of yours. And really understand that when someone's being blessed, it's not because they took your blessing away. It's just they're being blessed. They put in the work and therefore they should be blessed, right? You don't know what a person's journey is, what their purpose is, but at the same time, you should take that as inspiration to look into what your purpose is. So, just to circle back to why I brought this up in the beginning, this really has to do with you being that constant reminder of them not doing what they're supposed to do and what they know they should be doing. So, don't feel bad. Don't feel like, you're doing something wrong. This is just the nature of the beast. And for us, this is about, developing our mental toughness as well. So, that's one aspect to look at. Be mindful of people who praise you privately and not publicly. Like I just literally had someone tell me this evening that, there was a post that I had put on social media that caused them to like sit back and reflect on, what it was that I was saying, and how profound they found it, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, all the praise in the world. But when I went to go look at it to see exactly what this post was, I found it, of course, but I didn't see no likes for it. I saw one person like it, and it wasn't that person. So be mindful of people who do that. Like, they don't keep the same energy in private as in public as in private. To me, I find that a little bit wishy-washy. And there could be several reasons for that. But again, it comes back to, some of the things that they are not willing to do publicly because for fear of what other people might think. Maybe the people in their circle are not really, enamored with you for whatever reason. It could also, again, boil down to some insecurity, jealousy, envy, things of that nature. It's not anything positive. I don't understand how you could tell someone that you admire what they do, whether it be their work or whether it be, something that they said, something that they wrote, or, if they sang and their voice sounds beautiful. Why is it you can't acknowledge that in public? Because whatever you say in private now, at least for me, becomes disingenuous. So be mindful of that. Again, that's someone that's running hot and cold. And the bottom line, if there's no takeaway from any of these elements that I bring up in this video, take this away. It really has nothing to do with you. I want you to continue to focus on doing what it is that you're passionate about. If you are walking in your purpose, continue that walk. Continue that journey. But I want you to be aware of the people that can come into your environment, that can throw obstacles, setbacks, that can just pull at your energy, try to deplete you and slow your progress. So just keep these things in mind. So I'm going to wrap up these last few points into one heading just because I want to save on time. And the common thread, the common denominator really is insecurity and jealousy. So let's hit it. Envious people will always create a reason to find fault in your gifts or find fault in you. Be mindful of the types of jokes or seemingly harmless digs people tell. They're not your friend. I repeat, they are not your friend. Not everyone that smiles in your face likes you. These are very, very dangerous people. And I just want to stop right here because it reminds me of something that happened to me a few evenings ago. Where someone cracked what was seemingly a harmless joke. They thought it was funny. I did not. Thank God, either the people in question did not catch the joke that was being told, which was a low-key dig, or they were mature enough to kind of ignore it and laugh it off. And I'm praying either one of them happened. Simply because the person in question who is cracking this joke actually does not like me. They pretend they do, but they don't like me. And they don't like me not because I've done anything overtly to them, not anything low key. It's just I showed up in the room and it bothers their demons. And that's that. But be mindful of when people do this because they're exposing to you in a very subtle way how much they dislike you. And again, this doesn't have to necessarily do with you personally. You can walk into a room and disrupt the space, okay? Simply because you shine a certain light. And if you are a person that's aware of that, you are constantly going to be under attack. So when it's all said and done, had these people not been mature enough, if they did catch it, to really kind of let that fly over everyone's head, it could have created a problem, an unnecessary problem at that, between myself and the two parties. And when people are not concerned with the overall picture of how what they say out of their mouths can affect and disrupt a whole group, it's clear. It's a clear indication it has more to do with them and how they feel, what they're not getting, or what they see in you that they want to take, and they will use any weapon necessary in order to do so. So Be mindful of people who crack jokes or give you backhanded compliments or run hot and cold with you. Like I said, if they do any of these things, be very mindful. Not only mindful of how they hang around you, but what you say to them, what you share with them. Do not share anything personal, because they will use this same information, if not to manipulate you, to destroy you. That's very, very important. Be mindful of people who struggle to give you a compliment. They're too busy trying to hold up a mask. And some people, you will see it. You will see it. They'll become so frustrated with trying to say something nice. That is a clear indicator of someone who does not have your best intentions at heart. Be careful. And the last point is, anyone who wants to try to get too close to you too quickly, it's a red flag. Again, they're there because they see something in you. They see something around you. Sometimes it can be, if you're in a relationship, it could be the man that you're with or the woman that you're with. They want that person because they see why that person is attracted to you, and they want that same feeling. And instead of them do the inner work to become that person who is attractive, doesn't mean become a carbon copy of you, but just become someone that people want to gravitate towards. They don't want to do that. They figure, you're happy, I'm miserable, and instead of me working on myself to be happy, I'll just contend with the fact that I can make you miserable by, being tempting to that person, throwing themselves at that person even. And if it's not the fact that you're in a relationship, it could be the fact that you command a certain amount of attention and respect from people. So they'll find ways to take that light, take that shine off of you. And they'll do whatever it takes. They'll use whatever weapon they need to use. Be mindful. Be mindful of these people when they come into your environment. As a matter of fact, if you see them come in, just, sideswipe them, do the Heisman, do whatever it is that you need to do the Neo Matrix. Just stay the heck away from these people. They have no positive intentions for you. And, for people who just are positive in character, just care about people, or just good-hearted, kind people, you have to constantly keep your eyes open for these Decepticons. And I borrowed that from a gentleman that is on YouTube. So, I'm not using that as my own terminology, but I love when he says Decepticons, because it really is. These are deceivers who are coming to steal and destroy. They are shepherds for the devil. And the best thing that we can do for these people, really honestly, just because I want to end this on a positive note, is if you're a person that knows how to pray, or even if you don't know how to pray, you just ask God to heal them. Ask God to, shield them from whatever pain that it is that they're experiencing. Help them on their road to healing. Because at the end of the day, I'm saying, yes, keep your environment clean, keep it positive, but in the vein of keeping it positive, you want to make sure that you send loving vibes and loving energy to these people. I know in your heart sometimes you feel they don't deserve it, but at the end of the day, I do choose to pray for these people and ask God to heal whatever is wounded within them, repair whatever is broken within them. Because at the end of the day, if we call ourselves great people and kind people and positive people, we got to still give out that positivity. But at the same time, don't be foolish, don't be reckless, don't allow them a door to walk through to come and destroy your life. All right, you guys take care. I hope this helped. I don't want to instill fear. I just want people to heighten their awareness. All right. You guys take care. Peace.